pause. We thank you for the blessings you've shared upon us in our county. We're mindful for the privilege and opportunity to serve, and we pray for wisdom today as we make decisions for the county and our constituents. We pray for those that wear a badge, carry uniform, and carry service revolver. We pray you would ask for their protection and keep them safe. Add to this prayer we pray in Christ's name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome to the August 3rd Commissioners meeting. We have the agenda and the meeting notes in front of you. Any changes or alterations? If not, for motion.
Motion to accept the minutes for both sessions, July 20 and July 28.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0. We had a payroll of $324,863.80. Claims of $379,819.01. Could I get approval to,
Motion to accept the financials.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Sheriff.
Good evening. It's very brief. I promised Matt I'd be done since he's covering for him and Nate today, so. I have 55 inmates in jail, 23 pretrial circuit, 16 pretrial superior, 12 DOC, and 0 F6. And the only other thing I got is I know on the agenda under Nate, he's covering an ordinance for the speed limit thing. I'm in agreement with that. I've reviewed it. I don't see any issues with it. I know there's a portion of that ordinance that the sheriff has reviewed it and agrees with it, so I'm in agreement. That's all I got.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Scott.
Evening.
Good evening.
So I apologize, now you get to hear me twice. On my talking points, at this time I have no project updates on any that I'm ERC on. From our operational standpoint, we are down to 12 miles of chip and seal left. That does not include the conversion. So out of roughly 76 miles, we have 12 miles to go. We're gonna go ahead and do the Meridian Road chip and 3 layers for the conversion on Monday. We're gonna shoot for Monday, get that done before school starts. We're stopped this week. We got our new distributor. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Tomorrow, Southeastern will be down to help us do some training on it. It's all touchscreen. The inside screen inside the truck, the controls are touchscreen, and then outside, inside the box on the fender, like the rear controls when you're filling the truck or doing anything with the spray bar, you can do it all back there as well. Even the owner's manual is on this touchscreen. You can read through it. So
Will you use that on Meridian?
that's what we're gonna.
Hopefully.
Yep, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. So, so we got it, and we're kind of excited. We want to get it put to use, so we're going to take it up there and give her a go. Truck 50, our oldest truck in the fleet, is currently down. It is something, this is what we're starting to run into. The truck needs a new gearbox, steering gearbox, and you're looking at $1,600 to get a rebuilt one. And right now, we don't need it, so I don't want to say I'm pushing it off, but if we can get away without taking care of some of these older trucks that we're going to start divesting of, if we need it, we'll fix it then, but for now, it's going to sit in place.
It's only 32 years old.
Well, truck number 5 is a 2012. It has something what's called a Max Force engine in it. It kind of killed the industry for International Harvester. It is sitting over at Selking's doing what a Max Force does, so just want to make note of that. Some of our older trucks are starting to give us some fits, and it's making life a little rough, but we're managing by. And then our wheel roller. The wheel roller's a little different. You just can't take the, you can take the outside wheels off normally like your vehicle, but the other ones you gotta get in and start taking wheels and parts out to change the wheels because they overlap so we can compact with it. It's a high pack. We had to order a pin for it today. High packs have not been made since 2005, so it might get pushed up a little bit on my strategic buying plan. Human resource wise, we have a young man from Southern Wells going to join us for about average of 15 hours a week, starting on the 12th when they go back to school. His plans in life are to be a CPA, so it's business oriented, so he'll spend a lot of time with me and Nate. But I'm also going to take an opportunity to take him out on a few jobs, and this winter, let him go on a ride in a plow truck. Most young folks have their thoughts planned out, or at least they think they do, and his dad said this is his first real job, so we're going to give him an opportunity to see what the alternative to education is, and that's up to him, whichever way he wants to go, but we want to make sure he gets to see every aspect of it. And then the last thing on my agenda is we do have one right-of-way from APC. I believe you have that over there, Ted?
I do. We have one right-of-way, and that is from the Area Plan Commission for a property located on County Road 400 North, owned by an individual last name Felder. I'd ask for approval.
I'll make that motion to allow the Felder property.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
All right, now I get to put my other hat on. There should also be, this is starting Nate's agenda. There should be a permit up there for Brightspeed. They will be plowing in a new underground cable for fiber along from State Road 1, east about 3/4 of a mile on, I gave, Lisa has that permit. Yep. I just don't have the county road it's on. He didn't put it on his notes.
1,000 south, maybe? 80? I just remember reviewing it kind of down where it was, south of Keystone.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I had no issues with it. I'll make a motion to allow the Brightspeed right-of-ways.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Next item will be an unofficial detour. It is, NDOT will be closing State Road 1 over 6 Mile Creek, just north of Petroleum. The unofficial detour will be 900 south to County Road 500 east to County Road 750 south, and it will be cut. That's what will be covered under this unofficial detour. So that will need signatures as well.
I'll make that motion to allow that temporary detour.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
And to follow up on the sheriff, we do have the speed ordinance amendment recommendation for approval.
Make that motion.
Second.
It's ordinance number 2026-0.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Do you have a motion for waiver of the second reading of the ordinance?
I will make that motion.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Thank you.
2026-08.
Yes.
Couple projects that he's been working on, pavement markings. We're nearing the completion by the end of this week, and we do have some concerns out there. I got a follow-up email from our project oversight, so if you see pink paint in some areas, those are some areas we're looking to have revisited and fixed.
At 300, when you go down 300, the one side is barely wide enough for a car, and the other side, you could pass on that side.
So we went out and ran it, and we're not sure if it's, at first we thought it was the paint truck, but the paint truck follows, you'll see they're fainter little blotches called a drip line. Some of those places, the drip line is off. So we're kind of wondering if maybe they were trying to, they seen the drip line was off and they were trying to correct for it, which now we're way off. So we're wondering if that wasn't part of it. One of the other spots that's been brought up is 100 East, south of Norwell School and the jog. So if you see pink paint out there, they're working to get those addressed.
So they come in and blast the old line and put a new paint line on?
Yep. Some of the ways they've done it in the past is grinding. We're gonna try water blasting. Grinding part may not work as well on chip and seal as it would on an asphalt surface.
It looked like they drove around with their eyes closed, is what it looked like.
I would just like to see the drive lanes a little tighter, because it seems like if you put the white line right on the edge of the gravel and the pavement, it causes the breakdown to go quicker and holds water against that edge. But I'm just saying, even if it's 6 inches to a foot, narrower drive lane, but that's just me. Just a thought for the future.
No, that's a good thought. Thank you, Blake. Bridge 71, which is 200 west over Rock Creek. The piles have been finished on Bent 1. Moving to the north side to dry piles on Pier 3. And the contractor has to increase hours to meet schedule open date, so it sounds like they're a little bit behind on that. So we might see them out there for a little longer hours. And then the pictures below should be for Bridge 54. Slip forming the bridge rail last week, and they've completed the chemical subgrade treatment last week for the roadway. And I believe that is what we have for this week.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
Ashley.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought Holly might want one too. I'd hate to leave her out. So I've done a lot in the past year, but you'll see I've summed it up here on 4 pages specifically. Seems like a lot of work that I've done just to narrow it down on a 12-point font between 4 sheets doesn't seem that impressive. But I'm here to tell you that it has been quite an impressive year. So Imagine Early is here for an annual renewal of county support for the $25,000. You'll see on the front that the funding is going to support Imagine Early's local coordination with employers, our child care providers, providing data tracking, and then also moving forward with initiatives for child care access. I want to share specifically where our biggest impact has been in the last year, and that's with TriShare. And if you don't remember what TriShare is a program that is in coordination with Imagine Early and the Northeast Indiana Early Childhood Coalition in Allen County. And they received ready funds to provide matching funds to employers to cut the cost of childcare in 2/3. So you'll see here that currently, right now, in the past year, there has been $112,636 in child care support that has been generated through the 3 Adams County pilot programs that we had. They had a total of 35 children, 27 families, and then you can see there what makes that up is the employer contributions and then the matching grant funds. I'm excited to report that in Wells County this year, we have Bluffton Harrison School District has come on for TriShare, and they actually start today. Their program starts today. So I don't have any data for that, but for their pledge that they have, they did a TriShare for the school system, but they also opened infant care on property at the school for their employees. So we know that infant care is a huge need in our community, every community, but especially here. So for those that were unable to find infant childcare, not only did Bluffton Harrison sign on to participate in TriShare to receive those matching grant funds, they also opened up an infant care on site with its own location, which is in between the elementary school and then I would say like the football stadium area. It's the old science lab, if you guys know where that area is. The state has been out there. They have gotten the okay to go with everything. They can have a capacity of 12. They will not enroll more than 10 just due to having to hire another staff member and then have them trained, so to say. And then after word of that got around in Wells County, that was the one pitch I needed. I need one employer to come on board. And now we have another employer that is willing to participate and contribute another $25,000 for their employees here in Wells County. We don't have an agreement signed. We don't have anything specific yet, but that would be the second employer that would have. So then they would have the matching funds as well. So that matching grant funds that you see there of the 56,322, that's the matching funds that came in to the county from the outside that came from the ready funds. So what is most exciting about that to me is that's an additional revenue that came outside of our county back into our county to provide for our families and our child care providers. So by this time next year, Wells County would have that same number with the two participant employers that we have. They would reflect these same two numbers.
Does Jessica from EDC help spread that message to the employers?
Yes.
Does she?
Yes. The one main thing that I think is we have the dynamics of the workforce here, and with it being a lot of industrial, you have different religions, you have a lot of different dynamics as far as, say you have some Amish. Well, the Amish don't need childcare. Or the Burmese population, they travel from Allen County. They have their own childcare that's in Fort Wayne. You have a lot of families that they stagger their shifts. So you have somebody that's in manufacturing that's working second and third shift. There's no childcare around. So then they have a first shift, their partner's a first shifter, and so then they trade that way. So after doing surveys with some of these employers, we found that it really didn't make sense for them at this time to make that investment just with their current employee roster. We always invite them that maybe in 6 months things change, or even in 1 year. We have a simple 10 questionnaire that is unanimously filled out by the employees, and it's just in a Google spreadsheet, and it allows me to track the data to see, does this really fit for your organization before they even move forward. So we have been able to do that with actually 8 different employers in Wells County. We just have our second one that's finally taken the bait. And you'll see there on the second page, you'll see, like I said, Bluffton Harrison just started today, so I really don't have a lot of data for them. But just to see the other numbers of what's happening in Adams County and what that looks like, that will also transpire here as well, as the program is the same in every county, in the 11 counties in Northeast Indiana where TRISHARE covers. So the ask specifically for the funding for Imagine Early, you'll see on page 3 the different work areas that I collect metrics and data for, is the employer engagement, provider support, data and reporting, of course, readiness and awareness, and then provider support. So we're also providing professional development training to child care providers, because with a lot of state funding cuts, they haven't been able to find training, which they need to continue with their licensure for the state. So that's something else that we've been able to do. We've also been able to help many providers find small grants for, say, playground equipment, or just something as simple as mulch, volunteers to come in to help do those things. And then I was also able to provide first aid kits to them at no cost as well, that were donated by Adams Memorial Hospital. And then down below, you'll see that with the TRISHARE match, and then we also have additional funding that comes from the Northeast Indiana Early Childhood Coalition, which is, because Imagine Early encompasses Adams and Wells County, we get the $20,000 per year for both of those counties to do both of the work through the region as well. It's kind of a supplement to our county commissioners' funding as well, to really help project us forward. And I will share that I wish I had a better update as well for the YMCA expansion I talked about when we were here last year. I was able to go in front of the Ready Board in Northeast Indiana, and we did get approved for the $400,000 for that expansion project at the YMCA, and then our matching funds The additional 400,000 is coming from the developer, which is Gorman USA. Gorman is providing that childcare provider with a 15-year lease at no cost, which was the matching funds to my ask, because I had to have matching funds to be able to ask for that as part of Ready. It's supposed to be done January/February of 2027. It's construction. I mean, I drive by there all the time and it doesn't look like there's a lot of movement. And I'm on the bottom of their list to contact. So, you know, we've got the money, we're moving forward, we know what we're doing. I wish I had a better projection date for that project, but I don't. But it is in motion. That there is for 2 infant rooms for a licensed childcare center, which would be 16 kids. So it opens up an additional 16 infant seats in Wells County. And they do accept vouchers as well, which is one of the locations. And then the very last 2 pages that you'll see are the county voucher numbers that are spread up by the different counties. That information is really hard to find. So you'll see there that in May, the numbers do differ from June. The very last page is the childcare vouchers for June. And I'm happy to say that I do participate in another group called Hoosier Milestones, which is a statewide advocacy group. And the directors of that have had a lot of motion with the governor and moving forward for childcare voucher expansion. And then in May, the governor did release additional vouchers for the different counties, but you'll see that in Wells County, our voucher numbers are so low to begin with because we don't have that many quality childcare providers that accept them. We have 2 locations in Wells County that accept them. So our voucher numbers and our payouts are a lot lower than other counties for that reason.
How many is typical for a county? If we have 2, what's Adams County?
Well, Adams County has more licensed and registered childcare providers, so they're up to 12. So I would say about 55 to 65% of their providers take childcare vouchers. But they also have they have a different level with the poverty because of the Amish counted into their population, so their voucher numbers are also in flux due to that nature. So I think if they didn't have that, we'd be very comparable. We would probably sit maybe 3 and 3. But with Bluffton coming on, if they open it up and accept to the community and not just within the school system, they wanted to make sure that the staff that they had quality care so they could continue to teach for the children. So if they have additional openings, they are going to open it up to the community. They would be able to accept vouchers, so that would be your 3rd provider. Or if there is an employee that is already at the school that is on a vouchering system, they could accept the vouchers as well. Otherwise, if they're above that threshold of the federal poverty level, so all the way up to 400% of the poverty level is where TRISHARE comes in. So TRISHARE then gets your median income level individuals.
Any questions?
I'll make a motion to move forward with the $25,000 request.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
0.
Maybe I'll have 6 pages for you guys next time.
Detailed 4 pages.
Ms. Auditor, we should have a standard contract for the county filled out and completed as part of this passage. I think we can do that afterwards. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Miller. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Good evening, I'm good, how are you?
Doing well?
Good. I'm assuming you guys all have my budget there. So back in, well, the very beginning of June, I met with the 911 Board's budget committee and presented them with this budget. And then the last week of July, the entire 911 board had our quarterly meeting, and we met, and the entire board then agreed to, approve the budget per se, basically more of telling me, yes, go to the commissioners and the county council and have them look at this. So this is where we're at for this year. I did have to make some adjustments to it from the time we had put it together for the budget committee until the 911 board meeting. But we went over everything. They thought it looked good. So I am basically here tonight to see if there are any questions or anything about the budget that I presented.
Is this already, so it's been approved by city council? No?
I'll meet with you
No, just-
tonight. Tomorrow, I'll meet with the county council, and then I'll go before the city council.
Just to help me out, Mike, I just want to make sure I understand. Has the PSAP Budget Committee approved this version? Okay. You had indicated that there were some changes, so I just wanted to be
Yeah,
sure
they were
for
all
there.
present.
They're all on,
Everybody that's on the budget committee is on the 911 board.
Okay.
So when we had the meeting, sorry, when we had the budget committee meeting, I presented the budget, and the one addition was the copier services. The police department always paid for our printer and copier that's in this batch. So starting next year, we're going to take that over. That was a change. And then I had a couple issues on the salaries. I had a couple of them wrong, so I had updated those.
okay.
So, yes, then,
But the Budget Committee of PSAP is also on the committee of 911, or the 911 board who's approved this?
yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed is it was like 816 and 15, then it went down to 770, and now we're back up. Is that salary related or head count related?
Yeah, it is.
That's what it is. Because we had that last year, we didn't have enough staffing.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing really that has changed, I have tried to keep everything, as far as discretionary spending the same. The only differences really are the salaries and anything that is affected through the salaries,
Basically, the top 5 lines.
basically, yeah, the top.
That's really the changes. 4 of the
We've
5.
taken one person out of the 911
Correct.
funds, so
Moving
we're dispatcher left.
Yeah.
one more to go, right?
Line
Okay.
911,
Yep. This
And
is always the hardest budget to try to explain to people because there's just so many parts to it and the way it's funded.
I don't have any other questions or input.
I'd be willing to make a motion to allow this to go forward to council tomorrow night.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0. Any, I know I'm not on the board, but any more talk about a separate building? Is it going to PNC or
Well-
any update?
So, the city had, engineering firm come in and look at it. It is not up to standards for what the category 4 building. And I think in order to get it there, it's way too expensive. So we're trying to,
But the building you're in now is not Cat 4 either, right?
according to the engineer, it is.
I
Oh,
think
it
it
is?
is because it's solid concrete and a concrete roof, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we just don't have any room.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 openings and I've got 2 applicants that I'm moving to interview. So there's a possibility I could have all 15 dispatchers by the end of the year.
Where are you gonna put them?
I don't know. We'll get them in. I mean, we have,
Closet.
we have 4 consoles. I've told the supervisors I don't want more than 4 people working a shift because I don't, I can't have 5 people in there. And the 4th console is, we kind of call it a half of a console. It doesn't have a radio, but it's got the phone and the CAD. So they can at least do call taking and get stuff entered into CAD. And if they have to, we have a portable that they can get on.
I know with the budgets and all that, we probably don't have the money to do it, but I think it's worth taking them up to that DeKalb one that you and I toured. And show them this is what, at some point, we're gonna have to get to. I think it's
and
gonna be mandated at some point.
Our last 911 board meeting, Councilman Wicker, you know, he's like, we gotta keep the conversation going on a new facility. Someday.
Someday. All right,
All right.
thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
The next one, EMS. I saw that. It's you, Ted, EMS.
This is for Ted.
Sure, I'm glad to comment. As you may know, the emergency services for ambulance are being handled by the Wells County the Wells County EMS, Inc. Capital and equipment purchasers are being made through the Wells County Health Services Foundation, Inc., as well as supplements by Wells County. There's been an agreement in place since at least 2016. As the EMS Corporation continues to look at services, and the commissioners and other representatives of the county continue to look at how to best provide emergency medical services, it was suggested that we amend two portions of the agreement, which would really bring it into the same context as our standard contracts with the county. And those two amendments would be to provide both parties or either party the ability to terminate the existing EMS agreement within 90 days written notice, as opposed to 90 days before an annual renewal where the parties would be bound by an entire year or bound for an entire year. And then the other modification was to require the Wells County EMS to provide Wells County Council with a budget so they could review and to report back to Wells County on the financial circumstances. So that would be an amendment to Section 15. This has been discussed amongst a number of people. So this is being brought to the Board of Commissioners first as the party. The other private parties would then be the Wells County Health Services Foundation, Inc., and then the Wells County EMS, Inc., to ask them to sign and approve.
I actually served on that board and signed that agreement 10 years ago. At the time, funds from the Health Services Board was substantially higher. And over time, we've had a couple years that was returns were not. So the county has started giving money on an annual basis, which I think is $350, give or take. So in essence, this here is a avenue that we can react more quickly if we have any decisions to make. We're in the plan, our budget just as we normally do. And then the foundation would like to set up a meeting sometime in September. So it's either the week before Street Fair or the week after. So just more details to come. But I would recommend we give ourselves the flexibility with this agreement.
Is that a motion, or are you making that as a motion?
I'll make it as a motion.
President to sign.
Okay,
I'll second that motion with the addition that we allow the president to sign the agreement.
all in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Miscellaneous monthly reports,
No, I have nothing.
street fair.
Oh, you printed it out, great. We have an update from the Wells County Opioid Settlement Fund Committee. We have restricted fund balance of $31,419.96 and an unrestricted fund balance of $65,089.32. We're anticipating a second 2026 deposit. As far as updates go, further updates, the committee will meet next on August 4th. The purpose of that meeting will be to finalize recommendations for this year's funding cycle. The anticipation is a cycle that will open in the fall and close in December. The committee would then meet in December or January to make formal recommendations to the commissioners for approval and denials. The committee is requesting updates from the recipients of the 2025 cycle to comply with reporting requirements and report to the auditor. Lastly, we are requesting that the commissioners appoint a replacement member for Dr. Bart Hott. Which I assume we could probably put out for, I guess, applications or interest, and then make a decision on that after we collect some of those.
So that meeting is tomorrow,
Yes,
4th.
it is, yep. So would you think that maybe the first meeting in September would be okay for us to probably discuss that again or see if we have applications? Okay.
That'll be one of the topics that come up, is we'll probably only have one meeting in September with street fair.
Yeah,
There are currently no term limits for
Yeah,
that board.
correct.
So
Yeah.
I'll just advertise it as,
yep.
okay, open-ended.
And that's all I've got on that.
Did you want to talk about September meeting or you want to wait
Yeah.
till next time?
You guys, so we're a month away, a little over a month away about the September meeting. Street fair lands typically on our second week, so usually we cancel that meeting, but see what you guys
I'll
think.
make a motion to cancel the meeting, and in the event we have to have something, we can always plan something special, but as of now, let's just remove it from the calendar.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anything from the audience today?
I don't know if you were here, Mike, we were gonna.
Just one
Just
second.
hold on a second. Concrete work is gonna get done at the courthouse on the alley the second week. It'd be the week of the 17th of August,
Okay,
just FYI.
thank you.
All right, sorry. Come up if you would, need a piece of paper. Yeah, sign in, state your name, and then we're gonna limit it today to 3 minutes. Got other stuff.
Yes, paper.
Oh, you have, there you go. Do you have a pen?
Real quick while he's doing that, I received a communication, I don't think you other two gentlemen have, but it looks like from the National Association of Counties, in association with Penn State University, their research center, they want to survey our county with a various number of questions here from about every sector in local government. So I don't know if you would like to collect all that data and respond to this or not. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's probably very helpful. But you can do that, or if you want me to do it, I'll track down that information. Totally up to you.
All right, I'll look at it.
All righty.
Yeah.
Since I'm limited to 3 minutes, I will give you these and just briefly go over it.
Thank you.
You don't get one.
Ted,
You can
what are we
have
gonna
mine.
do about this?
I was in a hurry, how's that? Okay, this is just simply a follow-up on what the August meeting, the first August meeting was.
July meeting. It's today's August.
What's that?
July meeting.
Today's August.
I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. Okay, so I do want to thank you allowing a follow-up. And the first thing, just real quick, have you guys researched much of what we talked about, especially what was in the letter and some of the comments? Have you guys researched much?
Talked to several people about it and
Pardon?
talked to several people about it.
Okay, all right. Well, I want to let you know that it was just about a week or two after when we met before in July. I called Matt Lehman, our representative, and over the phone explained to him what I was wanting to talk to him about, and he asked if he could come and meet with me personally. And he did. He came to my office and we talked for probably about 20, 25 minutes. And I gave him a copy of everything that I gave you guys and the article out of the News Banner and all that. And he was interested and looked at it. And in a nutshell, what he said was, yeah, I think you're right. He said, I do believe it's definitely industrial, with that magnitude. And he did tell me that the avenue was not to try to go after IDEM to make changes, but that you guys are not only the legislative, but also the executive of the county. And so he didn't tell me he was going to sponsor any legislation that would change anything right away, but he definitely was sympathetic. And he didn't have a whole lot, I'll just say, good to say about IDEM. He didn't want to make any comments that would indict them, but he wasn't real fond of that. So anyway, I want to thank Jeff's wife, Kathy. Kathy Bryant is the one that researched this, and she just got people to come back with her I think it was yesterday or day before. And so I just received this morning. And all I did was go over it and highlighted what I thought was pertinent to what we're talking about and some of the inconsistencies that at least I see, and so did the people that are in Whitley County, because we ran across an IDEM publication that said that some counties have stricter regulations. It's not up to IDEM. And so that's what Kathy pursued, and the man that got back to her, you can see, Brian Campbell, Wabash County, he forwarded it on. And so I don't need to go over much because I don't have much time, but there is a point system. And I know I read that point system, and to me, it sounds like a tax lawyer's dream, the amount of loopholes that it leaves, and mix and match, and you can get what you want. Okay, and so local governments, if you look on page 3, he said the point system requirements differ between counties. Local governments take their own liberties in classifying these operations, okay? And then Wells County chooses to regulate, and I didn't understand this, and I need somebody to explain it to me, why in Wells County they make no distinction between a CAFO and a CFO. Because the CAFOs have stricter, and I know the application was made under a CFO as far as IDEM was concerned, okay? And so Mike Lotzenheiser was interviewed, I believe, a year ago by Wayne TV, and that is on one of these pages that I wrote.
It's on page 4. You're going to have to give us some time to digest
Okay,
this. You're
anyway,
just hitting us with
so,
this.
and basically, what he was saying was, yeah, there's all these loopholes, and there's this one CFO that he wasn't meeting in compliance, and so what he did was he split it into 2 different entities and built some different barns, and so therefore circumvented all the violations that he was committing. And so it's easy to circumvent whatever regulations there are. And so, although the last page here, and this is in 2025, when this took place probably at the Poplar Grove meeting or after that, although past concerns brought by the APC's attention address potential smells, pollution, and environmental challenges, Lotzenheiser said the most impactful complaints are the ones that prove CFO breaks state, and you notice that I underlined local regulations and put that in quotations. So that's my plea to you guys, that you come up with some, and if nothing else, simply a limit. And because when it was only originally drafted, there's no limit to any CFO. I mean, you can have 1 million. I know that's hypothetical, but you could do anything. So if there was just a limit on the number of 12 to 1,500 pound Holsteins on one place and everything that goes with it, that would be a starting point. And I want to just close with, my concerns are not necessarily just me personally. I'm an old guy. I'm going, I know. I've lived next to a hog CAFO a half a mile away for 15 years, and so I know exactly as far as the smells and all that, but there's not the traffic, there's not the road, all that. Okay, so I know what it is and what it did for my wife, and she's not been a happy camper for hanging clothes out anymore. She doesn't. Okay, so what I was,
We're way past the 3 minutes.
Okay.
We got it. We'll go through this detail and
Okay.
I take it.
Well,
But
anyway.
we could be on this all night.
I'm concerned about the guy that wants to do this, in a sense, okay? Because if he invests, how many bazillion dollars, okay, and then somehow it doesn't work out, if you guys put a regulation that says, he says, no, he's not started yet. So, time is of the essence. That's all I'll say.
We haven't even seen a plan, so.
What?
We have not seen a plan.
I know.
So
That's,
we're kind of getting the cart before the horse, and we understand concerns.
okay.
But give us time.
Okay, so you guys are looking into it, correct? All right, thank you very much.
Mr. Blackburn,
Yes, sir.
can you please leave the sheet of paper, my yellow sheet of paper?
I forget things all the time. I'm
It's
74.
It's government, they make me track all that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Anything else from the audience? Holly? Lisa? Commissioners?
No, sir.
All good.
Legal? No?